Hello everyone. What a mess. So let me go through. I got this container. I think I've showed it before. Anyways, off camera, I have been working on... Oops. Camera. Probably show it to the camera. Here's a box of Necrons. Out of this box, I am making Lich Guard. Even though the box is talking about Necron Triarch Praetorians. Anyways, so I'm getting a squad of Lich Guard out of this. Excuse me. I'm making them with the Hyperface Sword and Dispersion Shield. That's just an off-camera project. This here is stuff to clean for my husband. It's Star Trek metal models. What's in here? The Sororitas Command Squad that I got in that box. We have a Battle Sister Squad. And we have a Repentia Squad. And we have a bag of these. And what else? Oh, these are just baggies to use. Oh, here's just a random figure. Another random figure. More random figures. Yeah, I was going to work on a specific one. Not this. But it's not in here. Anyways, I'm using this to hold the tools and stuff. But let's just close this up. This is Grombrindal. And this is this model was put out last year. It's not really focusing to say it, but it's 40 years of White Dwarf. 1977 when White Dwarf started. What's this? Hang on a sec, I might have to start over. I'm going to stop the recording and be right back. I just noticed a pop-up. No, it's fine. So anyways, excuse me. This was a, maybe a limited edition model, I'm not too sure. Oops, sorry. But we picked it up. And this is the guy on the cover of White Dwarf. Or he's part of the cover. I don't have a White Dwarf handy that I can show. Anyways, so we're going to be working on this one today. Now, let's get to this stuff back in here. But, like, what do I have in here? Let's see... I keep my tools in here. I have Necron stuff that I'm working on for the Lich Guard. I keep the glue in here. And all that stuff. So, let's get busy. Hang on. Put this over here. There we go. It's more nicely organized this way. I like it. Excuse me. So let's take a look at this. Read first. Before assembling your model kit, read through the instructions. 1A, 1B, 1C. I at least read the labels? Okay. And this is a base that goes on top of the base for basing. I'm probably going to adjust the camera in a second. Why do we have two bases? I'll have to figure that out. Anyways, yeah. Let's adjust the camera slightly. Sorry. There we go. Now, excuse me. Let's start off. The instructions say to cut out the body of the dwarf. This is a really good cast. I don't think it's going to need that much cleaning. Drawing clip. Although there's... Okay, you're being obnoxious. I'm just going to clip you there. There we go. Now, cut this off. Because I don't think this dwarf wears heels. I don't wear heels. It'd be too hard on my spine. Alright, let's clean the dwarf up a little bit. I have to flatten out his feet. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to stand. There we go. Oopsie. So today, I had a doctor's appointment. Today, at time of recording, which is Friday, my goal is to get this up for Saturday. So anyways, it's all good. It was just getting a refill on prescription, because my doctor's office does not accept faxes from a pharmacy. They say they have too many patients. So I guess it's hard to keep track of or something? I don't know. Anyways. Or it would take too much time. I don't know. Either way. So I had to go in. No big deal on that. Other than, yeah, it's going to be a real tough day for me. But what makes it even tougher is when cab driver doesn't maintain his vehicle. This is my little rant for today. So, sitting in a van, going there, that felt like it had no suspension whatsoever. So every single bump... come on, focus. Can we focus? It's not really focusing. Camera, you suck. Okay. But, my God, there's like practically no mold lines anywhere. And what there is, it's like non-existent type mold lines. It's incredibly good cast. I would expect more, honestly. So I'll just do a tiny bit of shaping on the edges. And anyways, the cab driver, or the cab's vehicle, every tiny little bump, and I mean tiny, like, okay, there's a crack in the road, and they just fill it in a little bit, you know, instead of ripping up the entire road and replacing an entire section for repair. So it's like, you should not feel that in a car. I was. Every little freaking bump. And then when you have a bad spine, we're getting the beard next. There's the beard. Come on, you can focus. Focus. This, like, it has no focus feature? Anyways, it's a beard and it has 3 braided parts on top of the beard. So it's like bushy beard and then 3 parts of the beard braided. So, anyways, It's like the streets and then down the highway to get to the doctor's. Every bump. I was gritting my teeth in pain. It was terrible. It was horrendous. Where's the body? Okay. So let's check the beard. Really? Because it seems to be a kind of a gap. Oh well. I can probably get it closer. Shave this off. So it looks like I'm supposed to. So it'll fit better. Let's see if that did it. A little nub there. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. That's so much better. Okay. So I'm going to glue this part. Now, I'm not using the plastic glue. I'm using the metal glue. Why? Smells better. That plastic glue? Oh, Jesus. It reeks and I don't feel like... Excuse me. I don't feel like dealing with that smell. Yes, still sick. That's too much glue. I always put on too much glue. You just need a little bit, and I always put on way too much. Anyways, this will work. I just have to hold it. So let's look at the next piece while I'm gluing this together. And that is the left arm. And the one after that is the right arm holding a tankard. And if you've never heard of that word before, tankard, beer mug. Okay. It's over here. All right. We got left arm, and we got the arm with the mug, and a little bit of it sloshing over. So must be careful of that. And I glued the model to my finger. On his butt. Yay! Butt glue. Who knew that was a thing? So, as you can tell, that was not a fun experience with the cabbie. And the end result being, I'm going to cut out the other arm as well. There is a lot of flashing on this one. Here. It's almost like a spider web. It's just nasty. So, yeah. The end result of the whole thing is massive elevations of chronic pain, and it's going to take me days to recover from it, really. Okay, let's just clip it out here this way. Ah! It flew at me. Broke off nice and clean. That's always a treat. I'm used to kits that aren't doing that. Clean up where it was touching a little. Let's take this off. It's not needed. It's where the handle reaches the mug. There is a bit of the plastic that is coming up from the handle to the lip of the mug. It's kind of jutting out. Don't need that. Doesn't belong. The foam looks good. There was something touching it, but it looks fine. Now the bottom of the mug needs a tiny bit of work. Just a little. Now, there we go. So, I'm in for a bit of recovery, and there's nothing I can do about it except rest. Not pleased with that cabbie. It's like, whatever your job is, look after your equipment. Make sure it's top notch. You know? That way you can do your job, whatever it is, whether it be on a computer, whether it be with power tools or tools of any kind, anything like that. So it can be done properly. And that includes vehicles. So, very frustrated with that. Now, moving on. And a side note, this is January 26, 2018. So that I say the date so that anybody in the future can understand this. The last time that I left the apartment that my husband and I can remember me leaving the apartment, because we talked about this, was October 2017. That long in an apartment. This is why I want that wheelchair. I want to go outside sometimes. I want to experience the weather. It's a blizzard. I want to go outside in my wheelchair and just sit out there in the blizzard for like 5 minutes. It's a nice sunny day. I want to go out somewhere. Go to the mall. Go to the... Oh... Sorry. Lost my train of thought. Now, I have to check here. Okay. There's a piece on here that I don't know if I need to trim off. It's up by the shoulder. And I will find out when I try to put this on. Up. Other arm. Silly. Because this is a beer mug one. Yes, I trim it off. I could leave it on. I don't like the look of it. Oh boy. So anyways, I'll be getting my pain medication, which will be nice. Nice. Okay, there we go. Geez, for a second I had this feeling of cleaning a hoof out for some reason. Not that I've ever done that on a horse, but cleaning this little tiny bit out here. Like, even on a decent camera, that would be hard to see if I was to go up close, but... So there's some leeway, I think. Let's look at the picture. Okay, there we go. It's more raised up above in like a chair. So... excuse me, Games Workshop has announced the Tau Codex and the Necron Codex, as well as the Dark Eldar codecs. They're all coming out pretty soon. There we go. A mug raised in cheer. Here, take a good look at that. Oh yeah. Look at that detail. My God, even my freckles don't show up. Jesus Christ. What a shit camera. Okay, I would also like to invest in a good quality camera for doing this stuff. There. So you can get an idea. Yeah. Excuse me. Now let's take a look at the other arm. Let's take a look at one of my hairs that was getting in the way. I thought it was a loose hair because it was lying down here. Nope, it's still attached to my head. Long hair. So let's take a look here. Get this here by the gauntlet. Excuse me. Anybody have the time? Oh. Glanced over at the clock. 4:40. I'm surprised Sushi hasn't come in here yet. Although she did bug me earlier to come out after she forgave me for going out. Oh, she was not happy when I went out. But, when she did see me moving around, oh my goodness, she was far more, shall we say, forgiving. Because when I walk right now, I'm all hunched over and I have to use my cane and the wall, and I am walking that stereotype of, a elderly person walking, practically shuffling their feet. They're not really moving per se. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. She kind of forgave me and let things slide, and she tried to cheer me up. She succeeded. That's why I'm recording right now. She did what we call flippity-floppity. A welcoming hand. Is this one up high or is it more down? I need to... okay, I got the hand wrong. It goes like this. There we go. There we go. So we got the left arm on, pointing down like that. I like it. I like it. But what flippity-floppity is she will go onto a chair and just kind of flip around and roll around and make these cutesy noises. And, okay. Is that over here? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. And this kind of puts together the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, that's all she does, and we just call it flippity-floppity, because she's just flopping all around the place. And normally when I can, I go over there. I'm cutting out a barrel piece right now. And a backpack, because apparently this dwarf has a backpack with a wooden keg barrel on it. I totally approve. I mean, come on. So, I'll go over, I'll pet her as she's doing all that, cleaning the backpack. But I couldn't do that today, so I just sat down in a chair near her and was just talking to her, just like, oh, Sushi, who's a special kitty, and all of this stuff and things like that, and encouraging her to continue. And it worked. She kept flipping and making noises and all that kind of stuff, and it's always good for a smile. One of these times I'm going to see about trying to record that and put it up on Twitch. Twitch? How about Twitter? I meant to say Twitter. Okay. That looks like it doesn't belong. So let's trim this out. And if I'm wrong about that, I can green stuff it and fix it. When I get a really good quality camera that I can set up and record, I'm going to see if I can get the right angle and work with green stuff in making things with it. You know, like my Lord has the that's messy as hell. Yeah, that's a mess. Okay, a lot more cleaning. And I'll see if I can show that. Like, on my Lord, I made cattails. And that took a while to make. And I wouldn't mind showing them some of that modeling. It's very wet to work with because it needs to remain wet or it starts to solidify. And if I remember right, it's a plumbing compound. And this stuff just, it's like rock hard. Once it finishes drying, it's great stuff for models, for filling in gaps. Comes in strips of yellow and blue, so when you mix it together, what you have to do to activate it, because it's a chemical reaction with the two different compounds, you get the color green, hence its name, green stuff. Okay. Alright, so I got the backpack done there. Let's take a look at this barrel. That's a right old mess. Okay. That needs to get cut off. Oh, yeah. When I was working on the Necron stuff, I replaced this blade here. Like, this is a new blade. And, oh boy. The other one had gotten so dull, I didn't realize how dull. And I had some mishaps where I just sliced the crap out of my thumb. As you know, if you've watched it, like, I will take a piece and I'll slowly push into my thumb like that. Well, it was so sharp, I sliced open my thumb nearly the entire length. Because I was pushing so much harder, I was used to the duller blade. I had to wait several days before I could work on more models. I had to wait until it was healed. It's like, that's pretty nasty. And then another one, I just nicked one of my fingers. Which one was it? I have no idea. Well, one of my two index fingers, I think. And I decided, because I was working with, I think I was working with plastic on that one, that, you know what, I'm just going to wait until that heals up, like just one day, so I don't get plastic bits stuck in the wound. So, argh! Alright. The keg fits. There are some cracks, but the paint should cover it up, and if not the paint, maybe some green stuff, very finely used, will do the trick. Come on. Give me some glue. Just a little. Thank you. Are you even touching? Not really. Okay, so I wasn't getting contact. Well, that's obnoxious. Oh, I built my Ghost Ark. Oh, that was a nightmare build. I need maybe a bit too much glue. I don't know. Come on, get off my finger. We'll find out here. I think it was maybe 12 hours worth of work for that. For the Ghost Ark. Okay. I might want to do some work, because on this, gluing it together, I can better see. There is a ridge here. Let's see if you can hear it. Now, hopefully you can hear that. And that's the edge of the blade going from smooth plastic, hitting and snapping over it. So once it's glued down, I might be able to fix this up. So, but we are going to move on. Well, we're supposed to attach the backpack, but we're going to wait on that. Now we're going to put together a cake. Huh? I am... Okay, I need this piece. Weird. And what piece do I need? I need that piece. Okay. So we'll get these two together. And we'll get the other half of the cake and then attach that. Who knew that we were baking a cake today? Dwarven style? Is there such a thing as that? Smooth up the base a little. Trim that. There we go. Okay. Fix this. Yay. Now, how's the rest of it? How are the edges? This is a really good cast, honestly. This is nice. There's not too much work to do. I say that, and then I look at this here. Holy crap. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Sure. Okay, so there appears to be a hand holding something here that goes on top of the cake, and where what would be like the wrist to here, there's a whole pile of flashing underneath it. So it's just like it's fine here for the hand, and then gotta clean all that. And that's not nice. Oh yeah, we will be getting the Necron Codex and Tau Codex, because those are our main armies. I also want the Sisters Codex, if it ever gets announced. I'm going to have to take a look to see if that gets cut off. And the best way to do that is not the instructions, but rather that stays. So I didn't take a close look at the picture here, which is now very interesting. This is a goblin popping out of a cake. That's what we're doing right now. A goblin popping out of a cake. Okay then. I'm so excited to get the new Necron book. Apparently they're adding a new character. Character model, I should say. So we'll see. How is this? Right. It's good. So let's get some glue on here. And we'll take a look at this goblin in a second. We need to try and line up both parts of the cake. Hold that for a moment. I think I got it. Excellent. Yep. Nope. Needs more glue. I try and use less glue and it doesn't work. Because the pieces aren't quite, well, they're not perfect. That's the best way to put it. So, okay, now we want, while I'm holding this to dry, we're going to clip out the other part of the cake, and then attach that. And then I'm going to go back to that barrel on the backpack, fix that up, and then attach the backpack to the dwarf, and we will go from there. There. Okay. That part of the cake is ready. So that hand that I was talking about is going over the goblin's mouth like it's a big surprise or joke on the dwarf. How did that piece hit me in the eye? Seriously, I just went across here and it flew up and it hit me in the eye. What the hell? Am I just having one of those days, you know? Is that it? Is this one of those days? Probably is. Okay. So it is on a square base. That is fine. Let's get this here. If I want that flatter. There we go. How does this fit? It isn't. What's going on? Where is it? Oh, it's a tight fit. Oh, boy. Yeah, okay, I see. All right. Let's shave this out a tiny bit. So I think the arm is partly hitting on the piece that we first did. And the top of this portion of the cake. And we glue extra here because we already know that it's not quite touching. And it's being pushed out. So we need to push back. The shaving there that I did, covered in plastic, did a very good job, actually. There are some gaps here, which is a shame, but they're gaps, and I can't do anything about that except with green stuff, or possibly paint, because they're very tiny. Oh no, can I even get a knife in there, like the point? It's barely as thick as the very point. It can't even go onto the flat part of the metal here. Okay. It can only get to the point and to where it tapers out a little bit. So it's maybe about there, and that's it. So it's really freaking narrow, and paint may just cover that up, which is perfectly fine. Now the bottom appears to be uneven, and I'll see if I have to shave that. Not liking that bit there. But we must persevere. Now what I'm doing to try and level the barrel out here is the part that's sticking out further. That is where I have the edge of the blade, but I'm angling it to match the part that is further in, underneath it. So as I shave it down, I'm meeting with the part that's further in to blend it. There's no way that that would show up on camera because I would need super close-in stuff, and it's obvious that camera can't do that shit. It's just a webcam. I probably would need something like a $500 or $600 camera with a very nice lens on it. Which wouldn't be a bad thing to own, really. So, let me see here. Now let's see how this does with the point tester. You notice there's not that snap harder noise. I've got it much better than where it is, so there isn't an edge, as noticeable an edge. Shit. Never good when you drop it. And drop it. Shall we drop it again? Ah! Okay. Backpack, go. And no, shit. I managed to get glue on my finger there. So we are gluing this backpack on with a barrel. And there we go. So we have the goblin in the cake. Goblin's up there. We got the backpack here. And I have glue on my fingers, so I'm gluing everything to my fingers. And that's bad. So what do the instructions say next? That we need this base. And the cake goes on this base. So let's... I'm asking to cut my thumb if I do that. So let's get this here. There we go. That's a straight one. Even though it's straight, it's not heteronormative. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Quite happy. This one turned out nice. Already done. There's the sushi. Sushi? Are you jumping up here? You're jumping up here. Hi. Sorry, that cake's not for you. Let's get the knife out of the way. Because I do not want her accidentally cutting herself. Because that would be bad. So how are you angling this picture? The cake goes here? Well, no, that's bad. Cake goes here. Okay. Sushi, once I'm done this, because we're actually almost done, I'm going to cover both sides of this, and a little bit here. I will get you your dinner, if I have to stop the recording and start it again. But she's not demanding it, so that's fine. Okay, that's glued on. Now... we need presence of booze. That's what this says, presence of booze. That gets glued on. So let's cut this out. Let's do it the easy way. There we go. That's done. Yeah, so we just have this here. Oops, sorry. This here. Just a couple more pieces. So we are in the home stretch here. Knife is over here. There we go. Okay. Oh, this shouldn't be too hard to clean up. Actually, the way I was doing that, I was going to totally cut my finger. So I'll check out the bottles real quick, see if they need any work. I don't think they do. Nope. That's gone. Okay. No, that's part of the design. So is that. That is not. Let's quickly get rid of this line. There we go. And how do they fit? They fit pretty good. So we can just put some glue. Actually, I'll put the glue in the holes here. Or not. Wasn't cooperating. So, I changed my mind. Uh-oh, cake moved. There we go. And the bottles. There we go. Next piece. I don't want to pick it up yet. Is... what the hell is that? It's a big present. Okay. I'll just do it this way. Go clunk, clunk. Big present with a bow on the front. Very nice. There we go. Oops. Ah! Yeah, no, that's flashing, so you need to be trimmed off. And this is getting all in my hair. How is it? How is it? It is good. So we are going to check and glue this down once we see. I seem to be having a problem with the cake. No, it doesn't really want to glue. I'll figure it out. That goes there. So, alright, flattening out that part, so more of it touches. Glue contact. There. Ooze out the side. I'm good with that. There. Now stay there and glue. Do the glue thing. Thing of glue. Now we have another barrel, and it looks like a bolter gun? Yeah, it looks like a bolter gun. Huh? Okay. Excuse me. This is a mess. Holy jeez. Absolute mess casting. Clipping that off. You can see in my shirt, there's a bunch of stuff sticking up. All that needs to be trimmed off. And that's just so it can make contact. Wow. That's not so good. I've been praising the casting. How about I praise the casting for its detail, but its flashing and connection points are being a pain. Serious pain. Okay, doesn't vary in height for where we stick it in on the base. That is important to note. Like, I know the glue can just have a few points of contact and hold it secure, but the model's designed for the base to be flat so that what you're seeing, is all there is. Above the contact, the flat part that would disappear. And you can't have that if it's not flat. And that's where the casting in this one seems to be a little bit of an issue. Come on. Okay, we're shaving it down. We're shaving it down. Just trying to get the plastic off my fingers. Just static electricity, maybe? I don't know. I'm surprised Sushi hasn't come and yelled at me yet. Where's my dinner? Maybe she's just being more forgiving because I can't walk all that well? I don't know. Oh. My husband is going to be at least a small part involved in that programming this weekend of a game. You have like 48 hours or something like that. So he's headed over to the university. He's going to be meeting up some people, and we'll see. Okay, that's better. Now this goes like so. It seems to be... Yeah, it's more dry now, so... Okay. I was checking them. Extra glue may take longer to dry. There is something for this type of glue for, it's called Instaset, which is a good idea if you're doing videos or if you just don't want to wait for this glue to dry. I just don't like spending money. We've already established this. Okay. The dwarf can go on either the small one or the big one. I'm putting it on the big one, and I'm not going to cut out that small disc. Because, come on. Okay, so that's down. Let's make more of a mess, shall we? Or I'll forget about doing that? Okay. There. Okay. I probably should glue them down, shouldn't I? Both feet. I mean, what's the point of having all this really cool stuff if you're just going to put it on the small base here like that? Probably camera. Yep, there we go. I don't see a point. This is an awesome 40th anniversary model. Take advantage of it. Absolutely. Okay. I just want to make sure that this is stuck. It's an hour long, go figure. So, obviously not painted. The model is blurry, but there's not much I can do about that because of the camera. But we got the cake. We got a figure holding up the tankard. It's looking good. Looking good. Glued on. I like this model. This is a nice celebration model. And I am going to call it quits. Feed sushi. And clean up. It might be in that order. After all, sushi's a cat. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit. I hope some techniques could help you out with the plastic and shaving it down. I'm not too sure what to do about this base. I might be able to do something with it. Who knows? And I will be attaching this here, the figure, to the big one in here. I just dumped more plastic bits all over the place. Good job, Sarah. And I'm covered in it naturally. So, like I said, I do hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are new to the channel, you can subscribe down below for more videos like this and of other videos while I clean up this plastic. Until we meet again, please do be safe, everyone. Bye.